Hey everyone, Cole with Team Yazbek, Coldwell Banker and Steamboat. I have a very special guest with me here today, Brady Worster. Brady is the owner and operator of Physical Elements Personal Training Center located in downtown Steamboat Springs. Brady is a certified personal trainer with the National Council of Sports and Fitness and is a certified sports nutritionist. Thanks for being here with me today, Brady. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Well, I know you're busy. Obviously, you just told me you're doing about 50 sessions a week, so we'll jump right in. But first, how are you? How are you and your family?
We're doing pretty good. My husband, I have a 19-year-old daughter, and my husband, they're both working for 41 North, which is
Cool.
a aquaponics greenhouse out in Hayden. So growing lots of food for the community and delivering it straight to your door. So they're staying busy, and that's helping with our mental health. And
Good.
then me being
Awesome.
able to train personal training virtually through Google Duo and Zoom. It definitely is keeping my mood up a little bit more
Good.
than just being stuck at home, which is a good thing. Getting to
Yeah.
play with the dogs and enjoy the sunshine when it's here.
Yeah, exactly.
And kind of dealing with the snow as it comes. Although we do live in steamboats, we kind of have to expect a little bit of snow to happen through this time.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, again, thanks for being here with me. I really appreciate it. But let's get a little backstory on you. How did you get into the fitness space?
So growing up, I was a gymnast.
Okay.
And so doing about 15 hours a week of training, 3 hours a day after school. And
Intense.
then, yeah, and then when I was 17, I was doing a back handspring on the balance beam and missed, and third degree sprained my ankle, and it pretty much ended my gymnastics career at that point.
Yikes.
I then wasn't exercising obviously as much, but was still eating like I was.
Of course.
And then I got pregnant at 18 and gained 70 pounds during that pregnancy. And then even after my daughter was born, over the next few years, I gained even more weight than when I was fully pregnant.
Gotcha.
So one day I went into Target and I bought a belt, and it was a double extra large, and I was on the last hole.
Oh
And
no.
broke down in Target and decided then and there that it was time for me to get rid of the weight.
Nice.
So I
Enough was
started
enough.
working out. Yep, that was enough. And I started working out every morning at 5:30 in the morning. And then really started, I wasn't really paying attention to what I was eating at that point. I was just working out, thinking that I could out train a bad diet, but you can't.
Yeah. Yeah.
And so once I started finally learning about food and what foods to eat and what foods not to eat and what to omit and what to add in, I started losing weight. And all in all, I lost 90 pounds.
Nice.
And I have kept it off for 10, almost 11 years now.
That's fabulous.
Decided after losing all that weight, with everybody asking me how I did it, diet and exercise, is the way to do it. I decided
Yeah.
that I wanted to help people learn how to do it themselves,
That's
and
awesome.
be there as somebody who has been through obesity and who
Right.
gained all the weight and then lost all the weight and has been able to keep it off by
Yeah.
keeping my diet in check and keeping my exercise going.
Awesome. Well, that's an awesome story. To have a breakdown like that and to really know why you want to make the change is kind of the key, I feel. So congrats on that. That's amazing. And being able to keep it off this long is unreal. So you said diet and exercise. Let's start with diet. What should people, just a few things, what should folks out there really be mindful of? Foods to kind of cut out.
Besides just foods to cut out, it's the moods that go along with them.
Gotcha.
A lot of people start to see a diet as a restriction.
Okay.
The word diet actually is what you eat most regularly. So it is not
Gotcha.
changing the mindset from it being a restriction in what you're not allowed to eat, and making the mind switch to it's something that I don't want. That is something that is not in
Gotcha.
my diet. So when people are like, oh, well, I can't have cookies and I can't have dessert and I can't have, all of those chips and things.
Yeah. All the best things.
Exactly. when they make the mind switch to, I don't want those things in my diet, it makes a much uh, easier way to say no to things that you know you
Gotcha.
shouldn't have. That's not part of my diet.
Right.
So it's setting a diet that is healthy and not thinking of a diet as a restriction. And that was a big mind switch that I had to make, is I don't want that.
Yeah. Yeah. That's
And
awesome.
that was a big help to me. It wasn't, I can't have cookies. It's that I don't want the cookies, because I
Right.
know I'm not just going to eat one,
Yeah. Oh,
then I have
absolutely.
2 or 3, and then I'm going to feel bad about what I did. And then I'm going to beat myself up for having those things that are not in my healthy diet. So the
Nice.
mind switch is huge. I don't want that, is a great saying to yourself, instead of I can't have that. And what's the first thing you want to do when somebody tells you you can't have it? You want to go
Have it.
have that, right? So
Absolutely.
saying for yourself that you don't want that is a huge mindset switch that really does help people in the long run,
Nice.
with their diets. A lot of things
Awesome.
that you should avoid, of course, are desserts and sodas and chips and crackers and cookies. We all know what we shouldn't eat. We all know the moment we're putting it in our mouth that we shouldn't be having it if we're trying to lose weight. You can
Absolutely.
replace those things with nuts, seeds, fruits, teas, sparkling waters.
Nice.
Get rid of the sodas. 1 soda a day for a year will add 10 pounds of sugar to your diet.
Wow.
So that's 1 soda a day. So if you are
That's
drinking
eye-opening.
1, 2, or 3 of those a day of a 12-ounce can, you are increasing your sugar intake so much that there is no way that you can out-train that.
Wow.
You can't exercise that away. That is, your body's just going to store it as fat.
Yeah.
Uh,
I made the switch to no soda, no Red Bull, no, nothing sugary like that a couple years ago. And within the first week, I was down 10 pounds, you know,
exactly.
and I
Yeah.
was, working in the restaurant business, soda machine is on hand. So as soon as I cut that out and just the way I felt instantly within a week was like, I felt less bloated. And I had a little bit more energy. And then of course I started working out and everything, but man, the sugary drinks was huge for me for sure. So that's
And
super
sugar is
eye-opening.
an
10
addict.
pounds.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
Sugar
That's
is an
wild.
additive, and the more you give your body, the more it's going to call for. It's just,
Yeah.
I hate to relate it to things like drugs like cocaine, but your body reacts the same way to it. It gets
Yeah.
addicted to it. And
Yeah.
sugar is the drug, and they put it in everything.
Right.
Almost all processed foods have some form of sugar in them, and that is to get you addicted to it so that you continue to eat it. So
Yeah.
even breads off the grocery shelf, if it's not fresh bread that's
Hmm.
cooked right there, then there's sugar in it that is going to get you more addicted to it. There are preservatives in those foods
Right.
that, your body's going to start calling for those things, and you just don't know when to stop. And
Nice.
that's one of
So
the addictive
easy
nature of
way to put
sugar.
it, maybe just avoid anything processed as much as
Yes,
possible.
that would be wonderful.
Yeah. Wouldn't
I
that be great?
usually say to avoid corn, wheat, soy, and sugar. If you can
Awesome.
avoid corn, wheat, soy, and added sugar from your diet, you're not going to be able to shop in the center aisles in the grocery store, because almost every single thing on a shelf that comes in a box or a bag has corn, wheat, soy, or sugar in them. And they are some of the biggest GMOs out there. And they are just going to get you addicted and keep you coming back to those things.
Gotcha. Well, that's great info. Thanks so much for that. Switching gears, now that we've talked about, how to eat better, briefly, what are some easy exercises for people out there that are kind of like nervous to get started or are having a hard time getting started exercising? What are easy things that people can do right now when they're stuck at home or safe at home, um, that'll get their heart rate going and get them moving a little bit?
There's quite a few exercises, and I actually, on my Physical Elements Training Facebook page, every day during the week, right around 6:30 or 7 a.m., I post a new exercise for the day.
Beautiful.
And I'll put pictures of the exercise, give you different options for beginner, intermediate, and advanced if there are options for those.
Yeah.
I'm trying to choose all exercises that you don't necessarily need weights for. Cans
Cool.
of beans or cans of soup work just as well as a 2 or 3 pound weight. There's a
As long as
lot
they're not
you can do,
processed.
as long as they're not processed. Get the organic ones.
Yeah.
But those kind of things. And if you have them in there, just use them as your weights. Don't eat out of the cans.
There you go.
But using cans of soup to do things like basic punches,
Sure.
to do high knees where you're literally just standing in one place and lifting one knee and then the other, and do that for a minute. But on my Physical Elements training page on Facebook, every single day I'm posting new exercises that you can do. Today there is a workout. There's 4 different exercises. And in celebration of 420, we're doing 4 sets of 20 reps of every exercise of the 4 exercises. And that'll give you a good routine. You don't need anything but a couch for this one, or a bench to put your feet on for the hip bridges. But every day there's a new exercise on there, and I've got about 50 of them on that Physical Elements training page. I am more than happy to help anybody with any questions that they may have. A bunch of times I'm putting which muscles you're using or why you're doing the exercise. And that should really help people get into at least doing 1 exercise a day.
Right.
Getting themselves going and keeping themselves healthy during this time.
Yeah, awesome. That's good news. I'll make sure I pass that along to as many people that ask, hey, what are you doing to stay healthy? Well, I'm watching Brady in the morning. That's awesome. So with all that, eating right, exercising, any supplements that you recommend, or anything that, you should add to your diet?
One thing that I take is Juice Plus, and I've taken it pretty much since the beginning of my weight loss. I've noticed that it helps me bridge the gap between what I actually eat and what I should be eating when it comes to fruits and vegetables. It's just fruits and vegetables and grains that have been juiced, dried, and put into a capsule. So it's not anything, it is regulated, it is food, and that is one of the things that I take without a doubt every single day, and have for over 10 years. It has really helped me with my immune system. It helps me with my energy, my hair, and my nails grow like crazy.
Nice.
And although during this time I could really use a haircut.
Yeah, me too. That's why I'm wearing the hat.
I'm not a hat person, otherwise I'd be wearing one. I'm wearing a headband instead. But that, and then adding in vitamin D if you don't get outside a lot. Vitamin C is also one that I always recommend.
Wonderful.
And any other questions on nutrition like that, I would definitely talk to some nutritionists, that not necessarily just sports nutrition, but nutritionists in general. They know a lot more about how your body works, and what supplements you should be taking if you're low on iron, or if you're low on magnesium or manganese, and all of those different nutrients that we should be getting. If you're not getting enough of it in your foods, which if you are eating non-processed foods, you should be getting most of those things in your diet. But if you're not, having the help of a certified nutritionist is huge to get you on the right track. But the very first thing I usually recommend is Juice Plus, because you're getting 33 different fruits, vegetables, and grains every single day. And,
awesome. And you can find that online on their website or Amazon?
I am a distributor of it. Amazon doesn't carry it. You have to know somebody. In Steamboat, there are a lot of people that sell Juice Plus. Because it is such a wonderful supplement to add into our diets.
Wonderful. Awesome. Well, if you don't know someone who distributes, now you do. Hit up Brady and she'll get you taken care of on the Juice Plus. Last question. What are you doing, on a day-to-day basis to maintain mental health? I know you're physically fit and you eat well and everything, but mental's right now being, safe at home is tough. Are you doing anything particular to keep mentally healthy?
I'm keeping my daily routine from when I would get up and go to work every day. I get up every day at the same time. I don't sleep in. I don't waste away the day like that. I wake up about 6:30 every morning, sometimes 6 o'clock, get up, do my shower, make my coffee, get myself ready, do my workout first thing in the morning, make my list of things that I need to get done throughout the day. If it's doing laundry and or picking up dog poop or staining the house, it's making a
Right.
list of things to keep you busy and keep you going instead
Yeah.
of sitting in front and Netflixing or
Right.
watching Hulu or playing video games and that kind of thing. We need to limit as much screen time as we can and really get outside and stay active. And we live in such a beautiful place. And the fact that we are blessed to live here and not in a city where you can't get
That's true.
outside and can't go do those things, we need to take advantage of those things. And, go walk your dogs a few times a day. Um, Find a project in the house that you've been needing to do. Scrub the
Absolutely.
doors, scrub the baseboards. Our houses should all be sparkling clean by the end of this. We've got lots of
Absolutely.
time on our hands, and it's great exercise to do those things too. To
Yeah.
be up and moving is
Sure.
so much more beneficial for you than sitting in front of the television, staying on Facebook and seeing all of the negative comments in the news and all of those things, and just get out of that realm and get back into yourself and how you want to make yourself better through this quarantine. Don't
Gotcha.
give in, and make
Right.
sure that you're doing everything you can for yourself so that you come out of this on top and not on the bottom.
Gotcha. Awesome. Well, that is fabulous, fabulous info for everybody. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much for doing this with me today. Um, where is your location here in Steamboat?
So I'm right on 9th Street and 9th and Oak, right behind,
Okay.
everybody knows where Azteca is. I'm
Yep.
just behind Azteca,
Okay.
just across the alley. And yep, private personal training studio. I do one-on-one or group training like husband and wife or best friends. And right now I'm doing all of that virtually. So there is no
Awesome.
training studio at this time, but I am more than happy to do Zoom or Google Duo with anybody, to do a workout with them, make sure that they're doing everything properly with the right form and doing things that are actually going to benefit them for their goals. So
Awesome.
give me a call, 970-846-0828, and or go to my website or go to my Facebook page.
Yeah.
And
If you're not
Physical
following
Element
Brady,
Training.
or if you're not following Brady or Physical Elements on Facebook, definitely look her up. It's physical with an F. Don't forget that.
Function,
But
fun, and fitness.
awesome. Well, thank you so much, Brady. I hope you're doing well, and I will see you soon.
Yes, you will. Thank you so much.
Absolutely.